welcome back to the Tea. Thank you for stopping by. This video, as you can tell by the title, is in regards to an update that I should have done months ago, meaning 3 months ago, which would have been March. An update in regards to the paperwork filed for my husband's visa to come abroad and live here permanently with me. For those who have not watched the previous video, you can definitely take a look at that. Going through just a short little snippet of what I sent with my I-130 form. Next part of that, after filing the paperwork, at least 2 to 5 weeks afterwards, you should get an acceptance letter. If you do not receive anything after that 5th to 6th week, then I definitely suggest that you go ahead and get in contact with your Department of the USCIS and check on that. And once again, the USCIS is the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service Department, and this is the department that will handle the initial parts of your paperwork. Remember, this is on this side, so this isn't the embassy that your spouse is coming from or having to go to when it is their turn to start with their interview, their biometrics, their background checks, and everything else. This is the initial part where us as petitioners who are petitioning for our spouses to come, this is the first beginning work of the paperwork from here. So, as I stated, if you didn't see that video, definitely go back to that video, check that out, and then come back here and then see the next part of this stage. So after I sent it out, I mailed my I-130 packet out on February the 9th, 2018. After that, you are supposed to receive the acceptance letter. As I stated, about 2 to 5 weeks is the expectancy time. In order to check those expectancy times and to keep updated on there, I will post the website to the USCIS down below. They do have a portal where you're able to check on time frames as far as the filing goes, as far as any correspondences that you'll get. You're also able to create your own account to keep you updated. Any messages or anything that is directly related to your case will be sent to your account. So it's definitely good to also complete that as well. So I mailed my I-130 packet out on February the 9th. And I received my I-797C. Let me see. Yes. So mine was actually, and it depends on your area. I live in Maryland, so according to my state, I mailed it to the lockbox, and then they send it to the specific department or the specific building. There are about 5. There's California, Potomac, Vermont, and there's a couple others that you can research, but mine particularly to the state of Maryland is the Potomac Center. So I did receive the letter from the Potomac Service Center for the USCIS. I don't know if that's blurry. That may be a little bit blurry. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry. The notice is Form I-797C, and it's called the Notice of Action. It's from the Department of Homeland Security. Now, this isn't an approval. This is just letting you know that your initial paperwork was received by their department and that it is there safely. I did send mine priority mail, which got there in about 2 to 3 days. So, got there in 3 days actually. I mailed it off on the 9th of February. They received my paperwork on February the 12th of this year, 2018. The notice was created on February the 19th. And I'm guessing after the notice was created was when they sent it out. I received this on February the 26th or 27th. I have it written down somewhere. They do recommend that you go through and read everything. This is a receipt of, for one, your payment. the initial paperwork. Check out the prices on the website as well. So it states your receipt. It states the notice date of which this was created. It states the date that this was received by the department, which mine was on the 12th after being mailed on the 9th. And it also is my priority date. So as you research the website, you will notice that they go off of priority dates. So as your date comes around, then that's when your paperwork will get processed. I believe right now for Potomac, they are their priority date is around October of 2017. That changes almost monthly, sometimes weekly, depending on how much work they are getting done and how much they're getting through. So as far as this, my priority date is February 12th. It also has a receipt number. Now, your receipt number is the number that you will use on your account in order to keep updated with the information according to this case only. Each case that you file with this USCIS will have its own receipt number, okay? And you're able to go off of that receipt number in order to check on your stuff. So if you call in, you'll use that receipt number. If you create your account, you'll use that receipt number. And then you want to just double check everything that's on here. Your name, your address, make sure everything is spelled out correctly, make sure everything is listed correctly. It shows how much you paid as far as your application fees. Make sure that that number is correct. I also kept the other half of the stub of my money order just to make sure that everything went through smoothly. So they did cash my check. My I-130 is completely paid. So that is taken care of. It also has your beneficiaries information. So also go through, make sure all of your information on your beneficiary is also spelled correctly. Their date of birth is correct on here. Their country of birth is on here correctly. And then it also has the telephone numbers and then the address of your specific service center. So definitely want to keep a hold of this. This is what you would have been sending off, or I would have been sending off a copy if I was to do the I-129 right after I-129F right after the I-130, but I opted not to do that because right now the processing time for both filings are basically the same. The I-129F is obsolete at this point because the processing times are the same. So I did not go ahead and send off the copy, but I did make copies because I will file them with the other paperwork. So yes, that's all as far as this. According to the statistics and the speed that Potomac Center is going off of right now, I should hear something, or my husband should hear something within August about the next process or the next step in the process that we are taking. I do strongly urge that those who are going through this process, if you have not already created an account and joined the forum at www.visajourney.com. Once again, that's www.visajourney.com. I'll also have it below. It'll be up here somewhere. This forum is filled with an amazing group of people, informative people, people who have already been through this process, and that they're still assisting those who are starting to go through. There's advice. It's a way that keeps up with everything. They have timelines where everyone updates their timeline, and then they put together statistics and graphs in order to update everyone else. Yes, so I highly recommend definitely visiting that website and creating an account. Other than that, that is all I have for updates as far as this process is concerned. I will definitely be letting you know if anything comes in sooner. We hope and pray that it does. Definitely praying over the whole entire process and praying for those that are going through this process as well, because speaking from experience, it's not an easy one, and it can seem trying at times. Definitely with how things have slowed down and with how measures have increased as far as the process goes. So once again, any questions or comments, or anyone that just wants to have a little conversation about going through the process, comment below. I will get to you as soon as I can, which is usually in the hour, and then we can go from there. So once again, thank you for stopping by. Definitely subscribe so that you can get updated with information of new videos that are coming up for this paperwork and for the process.